All right, so my wonderful people, I greet you all and I welcome you once again to Mazris TV. My name is Evans. I'm still your mathematics facilitator. We are still on the teacher licensure exams. As I said in our previous video, that we shall be going through all the various numeracy past questions. We are able to solve most of the questions, and we are still uh, yet to finish the rest. Yes, so we still have others that we need to go through all of them. As the last batch who will sit for the November paper, as was said by NTC, and as we are waiting patiently, even though the portal is not open yet for new registration. So I encourage everyone, especially those who are waiting to sit for their paper. Okay, yes. So let's wait patiently. Let's follow whatever NTC comes at. As it stands now, the those who sat for the October paper, the results are not in yet. So we don't know as and when it will be in. Okay, so that it will pave way for new registration. So as we wait, let's try our best to go through some of these past questions. Okay. Yes, and also those of you who are interested to join my online classes, yes, I'm holding online classes for uh people, those especially those who are yet to sit for their paper either in November or December. We don't know yet whatever NTC will see. We don't know whether they will take it since we are in November. We don't know. So those of you who are interested, you can contact me. Okay. Yes. In my online classes, we are just going through the various past questions. We are solving them, and we are also going through some of the important aspects. Okay. That's NTC normally set questions. Okay, but please know that I'm a mathematics facilitator, so I deal with only the mathematics aspect. So I don't do the essential skills and other ones. Okay, it's only for mathematics. Cool. So if you have any challenges, okay, whether GHS or whatever, okay, but most of the questions that we are solving are the general one, the numeracy one. But if you have challenges with, if you are writing GHS paper or SHS paper for the mathematics and you have any challenges and you want me to help you privately, you can contact me and I will guide you. All right, yes, so that's it. So today we are going to look at some of the September numeracy 2024. We are almost done. Yes, we are done with the July 2025, October 2025. We've also saw some of the April 2024, and we still have some of the September 2024 questions unsolved. So we shall go through all of them. So without wasting much time, let's look at our first question. Okay, yes. So for our first question, and we are saying that the average score of a group of 5 pupils in an English test is 7. A sixth person is added and the average increases to 8. What is the score of the sixth person? Yeah, so this is one of the aspects when it comes to numeracy. Okay, so this one we are talking about what statistics, that is measures of central tendency. We have the average, which also means what the mean. We also have the median and the mode. Yes, and if you look at this type of question, the NTC like asking this type of question. All the past questions that I've gone through, you realize that this type of question runs through. Okay, so try your best to get the understanding as I take you through this. So in the first place, when you are asked to find the average, we know that the average is given as what? Sigma x divided by n. So as I said, the average is the same as what? The mean. So when we say sigma x, what do we mean by the sigma? It's just what summation of the scores of the group of peoples. So if you have scores of maybe 5 peoples, you adding all the scores is what we call sigma x. That means you are summing up all of them. Okay, if you have ages, you summing them, you say what? Sigma x, and the n stand for the number of people. In this case, we have what? 5 people. Okay, yes. So when I say sigma x, that is what I mean. Okay, so since we are given 5 as the number of people, and we are also saying the average is what, 7. Okay, so we find the sum. Okay, yes, we know the number, but we don't know the sum. We know the average, we don't know the sum of what the scores. Okay, so we find that one. All right, yes, we know that our average is given as 7 and our n is what, 5. So we just do the substitution, and then we find the sigma is, that's the sum of scores. Okay, so just a matter of doing cross multiplication or multiplying through by 5, and that is going to give us what, 35. Okay, so that is the sum of the scores, even though we don't know each of the scores. Let's assume we know the score. So when you sum all of them, you are going to get what, 35. Okay, so let's continue with the second sentence. So the second sentence is saying that a sixth person is added and the average increases to what, 8. So it means that if another person is added, then you should know that now the number of pupils which were 5, okay, the number of people which was 5 now increases to what, 6. So it's just a matter of adding 1 to the 5. So the n now becomes what, 6. And the average is no more what, the average score is no more 7, but it is 8. In this case, we are to find what the score of the sixth person. So we still use the same formula. Okay, so if that's the case, we can say we can let y be the score of the sixth person, since we don't know. Okay, then we know that the average is given us. So now the new average becomes what, sigma x plus y all divided by n plus 1. And we have already calculated sigma what, x, which is 35. And we also know that for the n, the number of pupils, previously it was 5, and now a sixth person is added. So we add 1 to the 5, and now the new average what. So we just do the substitution. Okay, therefore it becomes 8 is equal to 35 plus y all divided by 5 plus 1. And that is going to be what? 8 multiplying 6, which is equal to 35 plus y. So we just group items. Okay, so we know that 8 times 6 gives us what? 48. Okay, then we group items. We just subtract 35 from 8, and that's going to give us what? The score of the sixth person, that is 13. Okay, yes, so therefore our option is C. Very easy. So when you get some of these questions, this is how you go about it. All right, yes, that is great. Know that there are times that you can also be given the same question, but in this case you may be given the score of the sixth person, but you may also be asked to find the average. Okay, the average or the mean score of the sixth person. Okay, you will not be given the average score of the sixth person, but you'll be given the score of the sixth person and asked to find the average. When you are given that question, you follow the same principle, the same procedure, and you're going to get the answer. So that answers the first question. Let's look at our next question, which is the question 2. So for question 2, we are saying that which of the following expressions has the least value when p is equal to -7 and q is equal to 3. When we say least value, we are talking about the smallest. Okay, the smallest among them. Okay, so you are given the options, but you are given in an expression form, algebraic expression. So how will you know the smallest value? It's just a matter of what, evaluating each of the expression by substituting the values given for p and q in each of them. So if you take a, you know that it's 1/4 multiplying the expression p plus q. So wherever you see p, you put -7. Wherever you see q, you put 3 there, and then you work out to get your value. Okay, so you do that, okay, for each of them. If that's the case, let's try the a. So we just do the substitution. Okay, yes, now this is what 1/4 multiplying numbers, sum of numbers in a bracket, and as it goes board mass, we do what is in the bracket first. So -7 plus 3 gives us what? -4. Okay, then you multiply by 1/4, and that gives us what? -1. So it means that the value for A, okay, is -1. So we do same for the rest. Then after that, we compare and see which one is the smallest. Okay. Yeah, so for the B, we do the same. We do the substitution. So it's going to be -7 multiplying 3. Okay, yes, and that gives us -21. So that is also for the B. Okay, yes, that's good. Let's look at the C, which is P multiplying Q squared. So it's going to be -7 multiplying what? 3 squared. Before that, you need to so when you get here, most people sometimes make mistake here. They will first multiply 7 by 3 and then get 21, -21, and then square it, which is very wrong. Always do what is in the bracket first. Do what is squared first. Square that number before you multiply. Okay, so 3 squared is going to give us what? 9. It means that -7 multiplies 9, and that gives us what? -63. Okay, so that is also the value for the C. Then the last one, which is P minus 2Q. Okay, so we do the substitution as well. So -7 minus 2 multiplying 3. We do what is in the bracket first. Okay, so always, please, when you are doing this once, take your time and do what is in the bracket first. Multiply the bracket, what is in the bracket. So -2 multiplying 3 gives us what? 6, -6. So we are going to get -7 minus 6, and that is going to give us what? -13. So that is also the value for that. Good. So now that we are able to get our values for each of them, then we compare the values and determine which one is the least, which one is the smallest. Now let's come to this. Now whenever you realize that there's negative involved, okay, yes, you consider the number which looks bigger. Okay, if all of them are negative, or if there is a negative number, look at the negative number is always what? Smaller. If you compare a negative number to a positive number, the negative one is always smaller. So note this. Okay, so once they are all negative, then you look at what? The bigger the number, the smaller or the lesser it becomes, or the least it becomes. Okay, yes, that is the principle for negativity. When it is negative, the negative means what? It is smaller. So if you look at the first one is what? -1, -21, -63, -13. So someone may think that because the one is smaller, more in terms of what? Positivity, that one which is smaller in your sight is rather what? The bigger one. Okay, so the smallest among them becomes what? 63, because of the negative. So take note of that. So if I give you one positive one and I give you -1 million, know that the -1 million is smaller than the 1. If I give you a negative, or even if I give you 0 and I give you -1 billion, know that the -1 billion is smaller than the 0. So take note of this, and that answers what? Our question as option C. Okay, yes, so let's continue with our next question, which is the question 3. So for question 3, we are saying that if a car travels 30 kilometers in 20 minutes, what is the speed in meters per second? Yeah, so this one is also one of the areas that they also like asking questions about, this average speed and all that. So your conversion, I've been advising that try your best to know all the conversions. In some of the past questions, please kindly visit Mazris TV on YouTube. I've done a video on the conversion. I think I was solving one of the past questions, so I took my time to do conversion, how to change from kilometers to meters, from meters to centimeters, millimeters, and all that. Try and know all this. Okay, so in the case of average speed, we know that when you are asked to find the average speed, it is giving us what? The total distance covered, okay, divided by the time taken. That is the average speed. Okay, but know this: whenever you are finding the average speed, the unit, the measure If it is in kilometers, it should go with hours. If it is in meters, it should go with what? Seconds. So take note of that. Okay. Yes. So kilometers goes with hours. So it will be in kilometers per hour. And then meters goes with what? Seconds. So meters per second. So whenever the time is given in minutes, if you want to leave your answer in kilometers per hour, then you need to change from the minutes to what? Hours. If it is given in meters, but you are to leave your answer in kilometers per hours, then you need to change all of them. So all that you need to know is that whatever is given to you, you can only leave your answer in what? Either kilometers per hour or meters per what? Seconds. But in this case, what we are saying that what is the speed in meters per second. So this one we are to leave our answer in meters per second. But if you look at the values given, for the distance part we are given in kilometers, and for the time we are given in what? Meters. This suggests that we need to change from kilometers to what? Meters, and also change from the time from minutes to seconds, okay, before we can get our answer. So if that's the case, then you know that distance was given as 30 kilometers. So we change from kilometers to minutes, and we all know that kilometers is bigger than what? Minutes. Yes, meters. Okay, yes, kilometers is bigger than meters. So if you are changing from kilometers to, or we are changing from the bigger to smallest, know that we are going to do multiplication. Okay, but if you are changing from meters to kilometers, that means you are changing from smaller to bigger. Then it means that we do what? Division. So know this trick. Okay, when you are moving from bigger to smaller, we multiply, but when we are moving from smaller to bigger, we do what? We divide. So in this case, we are changing, we are moving from bigger to smaller, so we are going to multiply. Okay, and we all know that 1 kilometers is equal to 1000 meters. So if that's the case, then we can find the distance as what? 30 kilometers divided by 1 kilo, then multiplying the 1000 meters, and that's going to give us what? 30,000 meters. That is for the distance. Then we also change from the time from minutes to seconds, and as we know that every 1 minute is equal to what? 60 seconds. Okay, so how many of the seconds are in 20 minutes? This one too, we know that minutes is bigger than what? Seconds. Okay, so if we are changing from, as I said, if you are changing from the bigger to smallest, we multiply. So it means that we have to multiply the 20 minutes by the 60 seconds and divide by the 1 minute so that we clear the minutes. Why are we dividing by the 1 minute? We are dividing because we want to clear the minutes, leaving the seconds. Okay, so if that's the case, then we can conclude that 20 seconds is equal to what? 1200 seconds. Okay, so once we are able to change from kilometers to meters and from minutes to seconds, then we can proceed and find the average speed. Okay, so it's just a matter of the distance divided by the time taken. So 30,000 meters divided by 1200 seconds, and that is going to give us what? 25 meters per second. Okay, 25 meters per second, and that gives the option E. Yes, very interesting, right? So it's very easy when you have some of these questions. Very, very what? Easy. Okay, yeah. So know that this same question you can also be given the average speed, the time, and asked to find the distance. You can also be asked to find the time. So whatever you are asked to look out for, you follow the same principle. Okay, so we end here and continue next time. We shall solve the rest of the questions. Okay, good. So if that's the case, then we drop the curtains here. My name is Evans. I'm still your mathematics facilitator. This is Mazwis TV. Kindly visit Mazwis TV on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the videos. All right, if that's the case, then see you next time. Bye bye.